That's it. Now, time for all the news where you are. Have a peaceful night.
Welcome to BBC London. I'm Alpa Patel. The Home Secretary has defended the arrests of more than 500 people who attended a protest in support of the now banned group Palestine Action. Yvette Cooper says there may be people who don't know the full nature of the organisation and that the group has been accused of involvement in violent attacks. Here's Daniel Sanford.
Saturday's protest against the banning of Palestine Action as a terrorist group involved displaying signs in support of the organisation. But today, the Home Secretary who introduced the ban questioned whether the protesters knew what Palestine Action was accused of.
There may be people who are objecting to prescription who don't know the full nature of this organisation because of court restrictions on reporting while serious prosecutions are underway. But it's really important that no one's in any doubt that this is not a non-violent organisation.
The group's best-known action took place at RAF Bryce Norton in June when activists allegedly caused millions of pounds worth of damage to a military aircraft. Then there was this incident at an Israeli-linked arms factory in Bristol last August, when it was alleged that a police officer was injured. Both cases are yet to come to trial. Those incidents and other unspecified information about further attacks led to the ban that brought hundreds of people out in protest on Saturday. Anyone arrested here on Saturday who's charged and then convicted will have a terrorism offence on their record, which means that they may have problems in future with things like travelling to America and getting certain jobs, which may explain why around half of those arrested were over 60. Police arrested 522 people in all as they enforced the new ban. Katie McFadden, who specialises in defending protesters, was working as a lawyer at one of the police stations on Saturday.
I've seen police look incredibly uncomfortable with the fact that they are having to treat these elderly people as criminals and as potential terrorists.
In answer to the protesters' opposition to the ban, Downing Street said that Palestine Action had committed violence, significant injury and extensive criminal damage. Daniel Sanford, BBC London.
Let's take a look at some of the other day's news for you. A high air pollution alert has been issued in London for tomorrow, with temperatures expected to exceed 30 degrees. The hot weather could create high ozone levels as the heat and sunshine react with pollution levels. Homes have been flooded in Islington after a water main burst. Some residents on Canonbury Street have been moved into temporary accommodation. Tiny tracking devices fitted to yellow-legged hornets are being called a game-changer in the fight against the invasive predator. The National Bee Unit has begun trialling the technology as the number of nests hits a record for this time in the season. Yellow-legged hornets are seen as a significant threat to honeybee and other pollinators. Now, it's known as Wet Wipe Island because it's thought of around 180 tonnes of congealed wet wipes has formed in the River Thames near Hammersmith Bridge. That is the equivalent weight of 15 double-decker buses. Work is now underway to get rid of it. Tom Edwards has this report.
The beginning of the end of the Wet Wipe Island at Hammersmith. 180 tonnes of non-biodegradable wet wipes are being excavated and removed. Volunteers from the environmental charity Thames 21 have been monitoring the wet wipes here for 8 years. They removed 140,000 wet wipes. There are so many here, it changed the course of the river. The charity now also wants a law change.
We really want to see producers to be creating plastic-free alternatives. We want water companies to be investing in infrastructure and screening to prevent wet wipes entering the river. We really want government to finally pass the legislation to ban plastics in wet wipes. and we want consumers to be safely disposing of their plastic products as well, so that's putting them in the bin.
A super sewer underneath the Thames that intercepts sewage overflows is already operational. The funding to remove the wet wipes comes from the Port of London Authority and Thames Water. The wipes will go into landfill. It'll cost about £200,000.
What do you say to people who say, well, you should clean it up because it's come out of your sewers? Do you understand that point?
I do understand that point as well. And what we would say, we've invested in the infrastructure to try and prevent it from coming out of those combined sewer overflows. But we need to work on a little culture change, and I don't exclude myself from that. And we need to encourage our customers to only flush pee, poo and paper down the drain, down the toilet, because wet wipes, although they say they're flushable on the packet, they simply just go down the drain and then block up elsewhere.
It'll take about a month to remove the wet wipes working around the tide. Along with the super sewer, it's hoped the Thames could now become the cleanest it's been for decades. Tom Edwards, BBC London.
Time for the weather now. Here's Gillian Brown.
Hello there. Well, it's looking settled and humid as we head through the course of tonight. Through into the early hours, plenty in the way of clear sky, not much cloud around at all as we head into Tuesday. And our temperatures are going to be on the higher side, between 16 and 18 degrees. Not very comfortable for sleeping, but it will be a bright start as we start the day tomorrow. Plenty of that sunshine, possibly a little bit of patchy cloud, but really not much to report there. And temperatures are going to be that little bit higher, up to 31 or 32 degrees. So definitely a hot feeling day tomorrow. Same can be said for Wednesday as well. The temperatures do start to come down a little bit as we head towards the end of the week, but they are largely staying above average as we head towards Friday and the weekend.
That's it from me in the Lating. Good night.